think that it's okay to start believing in good things, even after what's happened to Barbara Jean?
Well, it's a little tough to know, isn't it?
Being happy makes me feel so guilty.
Don't do that to yourself, Felicia. And what happened to BJ was a tragedy. We all know that. She had her whole life in front of her, and it was taken away from her, and there's no answer to the question why. But on the other hand, we have a miracle. Our little girl gets a second chance.
And the part of Barbara Jean lives on in her.
A good thing.
The most incredible thing of all.
Hello, you two.
Hi.
Well, I've just been in recovery checking on Maxie.
Is everything okay?
Yes, and Monica says that the immunosuppressants are doing their job, and so far there's no indication that she's going to reject the heart.
And that's confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going to be okay.
Some things never change. You can't get to sleep, try and eat yourself into oblivion. What is that, some kind of chick thing?
Some kind of what?
Just making sure you're paying attention.
I thought you'd be at the hospital all night.
Well, haven't you heard? Maxie's stable.
I know. I called. But I thought you'd be with Felicia.
Frisco's there.
Do you have any idea what an incredible, awesome thing you did by bringing Frisco home?
Is that what you call it?
I think Max would think so.
You should have seen the look on her face. Oh, that moment alone. That moment alone makes up for the rest.
The rest of what? What's going on, Uncle Mac?
Joan, I don't know what to say. She's such a fierce, sweet, innocent child.
No, I know, Betty. Thank you. Where's Lucas?
He wanted to sleep in your bed tonight. I didn't have the heart to say no.
I appreciate that. Do you think you could come around this morning? Because I got a feeling we're going to need you.
I was planning on it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for everything.
General Hospital.
Hi, honey.
What are you doing here?
It's where I live.
Not anymore, it isn't. If you want to pack something, you go ahead, because I just don't want Lucas disturbed.
Tony,
What?
don't do this. Not tonight.
You know, Ruby, I don't think that you want to be a part of this. I know you mean well. Ordinarily, I respect your opinion. I welcome it. But believe me, this is a situation you do not want to be in the middle of.
All right. I'll leave the two of you alone. But I have something to say.
Go for it.
You just lost a child. Both of you. You will never need each other more. So try to work this out.
I don't want to hear it. I said no. You know, I don't want to hear another word out of your lying mouth.
doing this.
So far, I'm not offended.
Well, I shouldn't be barging in on you in the middle of the night like that.
Well, as it happens, I'm a bit of a night owl. No harm done. Would you like a drink?
Oh, yeah. Something brown and straight up. You know, I did think twice about coming over here. That's when I realized something.
What?
Well, you know, you're the only person in this town I could come to. Isn't that pathetic?
Now I think I'm offended.
No, not because of you. Because of me. Oh, you know, after all these years, after all the incarnations of Lucy Coe, it always seems to end up the same, doesn't it? I'm alone. Guess I sort of deserve that, don't I?
Lucy, what's wrong?
Oh, it's right. Maxie's right. I guess it's good. You heard about it, I'm sure.
I've been in constant touch with the hospital.
PJ, I guess you heard about PJ, too.
Yes.
When she was 6 months old, before I was even married to Tony. She was the sweetest little baby. She was so friendly, you know. You know how some kids are kind of shy and skitterish around adults they don't really know? Not PJ. She was fearless. And at that time, she loved me most of all. I know she loved Tony the most, but she loved me. And I sure did love her. Oh, how could this happen? Oh, God, how could it happen? Oh.
Lucy, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. You know, I thought it was all these tears. It's the whole thing. It's my fault.
What is?
BJ. And Bobby and Tony's troubles. It's all because of that stupid bet.
Lucy, sit down. Sit down.
Now listen to me.
Accepting responsibility for your actions is healthy. But taking on blame for things that you cannot possibly control is not. And what happened to BJ was a horrible, horrible accident. But it was arbitrary, Lucy. And it was devastating. But it had nothing, I mean nothing, to do with the bet.
Do you really honestly believe that?
I know it. And I want you to know it, too.
Well, Bobby and Tony are still my responsibility. But I told him it had to stop.
Damien,
Yes, I made it very clear to him that enough was enough.
how did he respond?
Like he always does. He just removed himself. But I know he heard me, and I know he knew I meant it.
Lucy, the man has proven time and time again that he's not saddled with anything even remotely resembling a conscience. He's been monumentally unfazed by the emotional havoc he wreaks on other people. Now, why would you think that what's become the latest in a series of warnings would have any effect on him whatsoever?
Because I finally figured out the one thing that he really cares about, and that's control. Well, I happen to control a block of stock that prevents him from having it, and I threatened to throw my support behind the opposition.
So what?
So what?
Threats aren't worth the hot air they're carried on unless you're willing to back them up.
And you don't think I would be?
If you wanted to stop this idiocy, you could have done it a long time ago. But instead, you chose a course of non-action, which is tantamount to implicit approval. And wagging your finger in his face and making another meaningless threat is going to have about as much effect as stalking him with a water pistol. Lucy, you're going to have to do better than that.
So are you going to tell me what's the matter? Did I do something?
Not that I know of. Oh, Robin. No, I've been doing some long overdue assessing.
About what?
Felicia. And Frisco. I mean, I've heard all the stories about him, but I've never really seen much of them together. And I'm telling you, it's been a real revelation.
So what do you think of him?
He's all right. He's all right. I mean, you learn a lot about a guy when you're in the middle of a life and death situation. What he's made of. You say what's real, you know? I mean, it's hard to justify a lie when it might be the last thing you ever say.
I knew you guys would like each other.
Well, you knew more than I did. I thought I was going to hate the guy for leaving Felicia. When I heard his side of the story, I realized everything just wasn't black and white for either one of them. You know, it was complicated.
You're not jealous, are you?
How can you be jealous of something you can't even begin to touch?
Uncle Mac, whatever happened with Frisco and Felicia before, she loves you now. I mean, you must know that.
I know. And I love her, too.
Why do I get the feeling there's a problem, then?
Because you're a worrywart by nature, okay? And I want you to stop it now. Look, everything is fine. Everything is fine. Maxie's getting better. Look, let's spend the time right now being grateful that Bobby and Tony have enough love in their heart to give Maxie the most precious gift of all, her life.
I am grateful. I think about BJ.
I know.
I hate losing people.
Did you think I wouldn't come?
I know. I knew you would. If Matt could find you. But I kept telling myself that he wouldn't find you because I was afraid to face you. I was scared of you.
Why?
Because what if everything I convinced myself to be true turned out to be a lie? And our breakup was some huge, horrible mistake. Or what if we changed so much that I couldn't remember why we were together in the first place?
Aunt?
I do remember everything.
I went through the same thing. I relived in my mind every moment we ever spent together on the flight over here.
Must have been some movie.
Tell me about it. Like one of those old black and white ones where the images are all blurry and grainy and the voices are echoed. You can't really understand them, and you're kind of saying to yourself, who are these people? As soon as I saw you, I knew.
Well, we have a beautiful child. How could we, for one moment, regret anything as long as she's alive in this world?
How is she? Aside from being sick, I mean.
She's great.
What I'm getting at is, did I cause... Am I responsible for something horrible happening to our child?
No. No, she's very happy. She's very well adjusted. She misses you, of course, and she'd like to spend time with you like all of her friends. They get to spend time with their daddies, but she has people that love her, and they can't replace you, but it makes up for a lot.
None of this was ever about my love for Maxie. You understand that, don't you?
We both do. For the rest of my life, I will always believe that it was your love that made her well enough to receive the transplant. And being here made all the difference.
Well, it's a wonderful thought. I think I'll keep that.
here because I needed a friend.
That's what I'm trying to be, Lucy.
No, you are being mean and horrid and judgmental. You of all people know how desperately I want to set end.
I know what you said. But I also know a revenge fantasy being played out when I see one, and I suspect that's why you've been dragging your heels. Emotional payback is pretty heady stuff, isn't it?
Am I supposed to have the slightest idea what you're talking about? What is revenge fantasy?
Well, let's take this step by step, then, shall we? Tony left you for Bobby, right?
So,
And you thought he was making a mistake.
well, he did. I mean, he was.
Of course, because Bobby was never worthy of Tony, correct?
Right.
And the ease with which she fell into and indulged her attraction to Damien merely proved what you'd said all along.
Well, yes.
And the longer that this went on, the greater the chance that someone, namely Tony, would see that you were right. But the beauty of it was you never had to get your hands dirty because all along there was Damien, front and center, doing all your dirty work.
That sounds...
Then stop it, Lucy. No more threats. No more excuses. Undo the damage. Now. Yeah. It's incomprehensible sometimes.
He and Tony must be torn up about this. And little Lucas, I mean, he's lost his little sister. I mean, this must be devastating to all of them, don't you think?
I think that there is some bad trouble going on between Bobby and Tony that has nothing to do with Barbara Jean or the transplant. And as their friends, I think we should just be on standby and give them all the love and support that they need.
I'm really worried now,
Honey, why don't we just go home? Stay close to the phone, just in case, huh?
Oh, sure.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Call us if you need us.
Yes.
Okay, for anything.
Thanks. Okay. For weeks, we've been dealing with the very real possibility that I might lose Maxie. Watching death sneak up on us, inch by inch, piece by piece. And then all of a sudden, it's switched around. And we lose our niece, Barbara. I used to think that if I ever lost Maxie, that I couldn't go on. The awful truth is that you do. When you do, you have to go on. You don't have a choice. And the big question is, how do you do it?
Come on. Why don't we sit down and relax a little while?
I know, I don't think I can.
Well, I'll stand for no arguments because I'm bigger. Maybe you should just rest. Alicia?
I don't care how angry you are. I am not going to let you shut me out.
Well, guess what? You don't have a choice.
Oh, for God's sake, Tony. It's not like you caught Damien and me in bed together. It was one stupid, insignificant kiss.
It didn't look insignificant. When it sliced through my heart, it didn't feel insignificant.
Sorry about that. I never even meant to hurt you.
Well, you did, and it's for the last time.
I can't believe you're willing to throw away our whole marriage over a kiss.
If it was just a kiss, I could deal with that. You know, I wouldn't like it, but I could work around it. But this is about a whole lot more. This is months of you looking me in the eye and lying to me and turning things around, making me feel like I was wrong, I was always the bad guy. And this is months of you looking me dead in the eye and swearing on everything holy that you know that you weren't the least bit attracted to Damien. No, you were Saint Bobby, sacrificing yourself on the altar of Luke.
But I did help Luke.
You helped yourself to Damien. And it must have been pretty hot stuff, too, because you were about to take him down right there in the middle of the hospital stairwell. I saw it. You were in heat.
I made a mistake.
Yeah, well, I hope it was worth it.
Oh, honey, please don't do this. I'm your wife. We love each other.
Speak for yourself.
All right, I will. I love you. I need you more now than I ever have.
No, you need someone to get you through the night. You need a lover. So go find your lover, Damien. Because I'm not available anymore. This marriage is history.
No!
Daddy, why are you yelling?
You must be Frisco.
Yes. And you are?
This is my dear friend, Kevin Collins. He's on staff here at General Hospital.
Oh. I'm sorry. Should I be thanking you for saving my daughter's life?
Ask me again in 20 years. I'm a psychiatrist.
See.
What are you doing out so late? Or is it early?
Both. I realized that sleep tonight was out of the question when Lucy showed up at my door at 3 o'clock, and I was glad for the company.
She's upset, isn't she?
Yes, but she'll be fine. I'll keep an eye on her. I hope you don't mind, but I pulled rank and stopped in to see Maxie.
No, not at all. How is she? How does she look?
Remarkable. You know, you fathered an exceptional child.
Oh. Well, thank you. I think so, too.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Same here.
You leaving so soon?
I just stopped in to make sure you were all right. You seem to be in capable hands.
Will you come back and visit Maxie?
Count on it. Good night.
Goodbye.
What does Mac think of him?
What does that have to do with anything?
It's just a question.
I don't think he likes him very much.
I see.
Oh, I don't think I have to explain my relationship with him. He's helped Maxie and I a lot.
Whatever you say. Come on. Let's get a little shut-eye here before somebody else walks in the middle of the night. It's like Grand Central Station here.
Yeah.
Put your head down the best.
This is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, do you still snore?
How rude of you to remember.
Who could forget?
Wasn't a very loud snore. It's actually more melodic, if you ask me. Soothing. I can remember it used to put you to sleep a lot. We used to have those wonderful talks, and I'd tell you about my adventures.
I'm sorry we picked you up, honey. But I was scared.
Well, there's no reason to be scared. Your daddy and I were having a disagreement, but it has nothing to do with you.
She's absolutely right. We love you very much, Lucas.
Sometimes when grown-ups are sad about something, it sounds like we're mad. And tonight, something that happened that made us very sad.
Why?
Honey, tonight, your sister, PJ died.
What's died?
Lucas, it's just another part of life, you know. It's something that's going to happen to all of us someday.
You remember when you and your mommy went to heaven? Well, that's what happened to BJ. She had to go to heaven. She just couldn't stay with us anymore.
Why not?
Lucas, there was an accident, and BJ was really hurt badly. And nobody could make her well, so she died. But she's in heaven now. Did you know that? In heaven is this beautiful place. It's lovely, and it's full of love and peace, and I really believe that we're all going to be together there someday.
I want to see her now.
I know. I know it's very hard to understand.
I think this is about enough for tonight.
All right. We're going to explain a lot more about it tomorrow, okay? But, right now, it's time for you to go to bed.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I want my mommy.
Should be sleeping. More like a cat nap. Some little tough people seem to be in and out all night tonight.
Right. Maybe there's a full moon.
Yeah, maybe. Psychiatrist stopped by, Kevin.
For Pete's sake, was it a year again?
Yeah.
Mac.
Hi.
Hi. How long have you been here?
Just walked in.
Oh.
Listen, I think I'm going to go see how Tony's doing. All right, I'll make sure I'm back here by the time they bring Maxie back from recovery.
Okay. Would you give him my love and tell him I'll come to see him as soon as Maxie's settled?
I will. Mac.
Briscoe. Listen, you know, you really should be sleeping.
Oh, I'd rather be awake with you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You look sad. Is there something wrong?
No, fine.
I don't believe you. Is it something to do with Robin?
No, Robin and I are actually communicating again, believe it or not.
Well, then what?
It'll keep.
No, it won't keep. Tell me, what's wrong?
It's not about what's wrong, Felicia. It's about what's right for me. And well, this isn't it.
isn't it?
Mommy, will you sing to me?
Sure, honey. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you.
Daddy, come say it.
If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star as dreamers do. My precious little boy.
Is he asleep? Go.
What?
You heard me. I want you out of here.
Are you out of your mind? We are not going to do this in front of Lucas.
Then you pick the spot and I'll be right behind you.
Why do I suddenly have this sick feeling in the pit of my stomach? What are you saying?
I just didn't want to blurt it out like that.
Blurt what out?
Look, understand something, Felicia. None of this means that I don't love you.
You're scaring me.
But I've come to a few realizations. One of them being, this isn't going to work.
What? Us? Well, how can you say that? Mac, we've been so happy up until Maxie got sick, but that had nothing to do with you and me. What happened that I missed? Frisco?
Frisco.
But it's over.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It never will be. Felicia, I saw it. I saw the way you two look at each other. The way you look at him. You know what hit me like a bolt of lightning? I've never seen that look in your eyes before. And I never will. Because that look belongs to someone else.
I never tried to pretend that I didn't love him, but it was different from you and me.
Tell me how.
It was... he was my first love. It was blind love. It was passionate. And it was completely unrealistic.
And me?
You're my rock. You're my anchor. You're my constant. You're reliable. And you keep me grounded.
See, that's the problem. I don't want to be someone's anchor. I want to be that first love. The one that's blind. The one that's passionate. The one that's unrealistic. And with you, Felicia, Frisco got there first.
I can't help that.
I'm not asking you to rewrite history. Although I wish you could. Look, I can't be second best anymore, okay?
Oh, never saw it like that.
I know, but that's the way it is.
So What are you saying? You woke up this morning and you decided that you didn't love me anymore because of some look that I give Frisco that I'm completely unaware of.
I love you more now than ever.
And I do too, so what's the problem here?
You are not. You're not in love with me. That's why it took so long to make a commitment. That's why it took so long for us to get together in the first place, and it's probably why we're not married today.
Breaking up with me, that's what you do.
I still want you and Max in my life. I pray that you want me in yours. But we have to redefine our boundaries.
Redefine our boundaries? Listen, do you hear what you're saying? We love each other. We're going to get married. We're going to have children. We're going to spend the rest of our lives with each other. Mac, you are my very best friend.
And you're mine. You're my best friend. Best friend. Right now, Felicia, I have to be my own best friend. To do that, I have to let you go.
You can't put me out.
Yeah, watch me.
It's my house, and my son is here.
Well, you should have thought of that before you started taking your clothes off for Damien.
I never slept with him.
Did you make him pay for it, or did you do it for charity?
I'm going to pretend you never said that.
Goodbye.
Oh, Tony, come on. It's probably been the worst day of our lives. Can we just let it sit a while, and we just see how we feel in a week?
No, I know how I feel about it. A day, a week, or so, it's not going to make any difference to me.
Have you given any thought to Lucas at all? He just lost his sister. He needs both of us. You heard him. He wants his mommy.
I'll handle Lucas.
I can't believe you're being so selfish.
Excuse me?
Putting your own needs before the needs of a child.
That is a can of worms I strongly suggest you stay away from.
When did you become so narrow-minded and so judgmental? Is it such a huge, inconceivable sin to you that I might be momentarily attracted to someone else? I suppose it's never happened to you.
I never acted on it.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry, Mr. Perfect, who never does anything wrong. You want the truth? Yes, I was attracted to Damien because he was exciting and unpredictable, and he made me feel sexy for a change, and I wanted him.
Get out.
But I didn't sleep with him because I love my husband. And I was trying to protect the marriage.
Get out!
Eager to
Get out! I'm so sick of your voice. I don't want to hear it anymore. Get out!